YouTube, this is Travis Dunn with MDL, and this is my vlog for Sunday 31st. Sunday the 31st. God, July is over. It obviously has been a few weeks since I have posted a vlog, and it's kind of been good reason for that. I have tried on 3 separate occasions to do a vlog, and on 3 separate occasions there have either been major technical difficulties, or there has just been like I've been totally unhappy with what I put out, and just couldn't bear myself to release it to the world. And I know that sounds kind of weird and sounds kind of funky, but you know, there's been so much crazy, insane things going on right now. You know, politically, you know, you've got the Hillary Trump situation, and you have all the craziness going on with the shootings of police officers around the country. There's been more bombings. There's been a coup in Turkey, which I know is kind of a strange way when you hear yourself say it. Oh, don't fall off, don't fall off, don't fall off. Okay. And the other thing has been kind of for me is also been the debate of am I going to continue doing these vlogs? Am I going to continue doing this as a regular thing, or you know, it was kind of also been kind of a process for me to try to sit down and actually decide if this is something I want to continue doing. And I will say today, this will be my official last vlog on this channel. Now, I will certainly at some points probably post different content, and I kind of wish I had did this a little bit more when, like, my daughter was in Girl Scouts. There was so much great stuff that I could have, you know, recorded and posted. That would have been interesting, that would have been really great. But this has always been a bit of a social experiment. This has also always been practice for me. Get used to talking to the camera, get used to, you know, putting out my words. And, you know, my ultimate goal has always been to put together a real content channel. Not saying vlogs aren't real content, but for me, my type of vlogs aren't good content, no matter which way I want to, you know, really put into it. And I just don't have the kind of time that I need to do like daily vlogs. To me, if you like, even if you daily vlog like all week and then, you know, post a highlight reel, if you want to call it that, you know, that's one thing. And, you know, there are great vloggers out there. You know, the DeFranco family, I watch their vlogs. Liz is great. Their family is great, and I love both of them. Love watching, you know, little Trey grow up. It kind of reminds me, you know, of dealing with my kids as they were growing up at that age. But ultimately, the building of this has always been to move on to building another YouTube channel. And I think that's where my focus is gonna be moving to. And I'm just about ready to start shooting. I've just got to get some things lined up. I've just about got all that together. But ultimately, you know, and part of my reason why I said there's been vlogs that I haven't been able to post has been my feelings with the whole cop shooting thing, particularly the 5 cops that lost their lives in Dallas, but there's been other situations recently. Every time I did one of those vlogs and I really sit down and talked about that subject, it came off as racist, it came off as bigotry, and I don't want that to be the feeling for my feelings are anger. My feelings are just a pure disappointment in the black community and how they're handling that situation. And it seems like anymore, it's, a cop does something and it immediately turns into marches in Washington, and ultimately I won't go any further than that. All I will say is I'm angry at the situation, I'm angry at the response, and I'm angry at the people who call themselves the Black Lives Matter movement. And the strange oddity that certain people now have are the voice of the Black Lives Matter movement. I don't know why I can't seem to say that today, but it's been a long week. It's been a hellish couple of weeks at work, and I am petered out, and I'm looking forward to having some time off. Even though, I'll be honest, I'm going to be busy today. I actually do have to run to Chillicothe and do something for my sister-in-law. So, what's been going on the last couple of weeks? So, on July 4th, which was my wife's niece's birthday, she left us. Right after midnight, July 3rd, basically the midnight into July 4th, she had somebody come and get her, and she's living with her boyfriend. And let me say, it's probably going to be the biggest mistake of her entire life. Sadly, it probably won't be the last big mistake of her life. And ultimately, I told my wife, I said, that she had to make that decision for herself. Ultimately, she has to live with that decision that she had to make. And so, yeah, it's been a situation. It's a situation that my wife she's been pissed about, because she knows that she made a bad decision. She, tried to talk her into staying, but once that girl made up her mind that she was leaving, that was it. So, technically speaking, now the game room, or what was the game room / turned into Tiffany's room, is technically now open. But as of right now, I am not currently planning to build into that room again, only for the fact that there's a small possibility that Doc may, well, I won't say small possibility, there's a good possibility Doc may be moving in with us. His roommate may be moving out, or probably moving out, and where he's moving to, the family member who owns the home that he's moving into doesn't want him to have a roommate. So ultimately, that's just a situation that doesn't work out great for Doc. Right now, he doesn't have any good options as far as a roommate, and he can't really afford on his income to stay where he's at. And frankly, at some point, that's going to come to a head. And we had offered at one point, and pretty much the offer was an open offer. If something like that had happened again, which had happened before, but he happened to have found a roommate that time, that he could come stay with us. And actually, him staying with us wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. He'd get to enjoy things. Wow, that guy's really booking it. He'd get to enjoy some things that maybe he wouldn't get to be a part of. Obviously the kids love him. And to give him an opportunity to get in better shape. He could go to the gym with me. There'd be chances for him to be more active. All things I think would be really, really great for him. But he kind of likes, and I understand, he living out on his own, be able to, for the most part, make the decisions on the house and how things are, and ultimately he'd be giving up some of that. So it will be his decision, and we'll support whatever decision he decides to make in that matter. My wife's birthday was on the 10th, and we went out for dinner and a movie. Went and seen Now You See Me, Now You Don't. And I apologize if I may have actually done this in the last vlog. I can't remember, so I'm just going to reiterate all of it. We went and seen Now You See Me, Now You Don't. Solid movie, good movie, nothing spectacular, nothing that jumps out at us new. My son's birthday was on the 13th. Now, we actually just last weekend went and did his real birthday gift, which he wanted to go paintball. That was what in fact, we've been trying to do that the last couple of years, and it's always been a weather issue. I'll say though, last weekend, actually the last 10 days or so have been hot as hell. And it's been 90-some degrees, it's been high humidity, and it's been miserable for everybody. You know, and there was one day it was like 100 degrees and like 60-something% humidity. And I actually said no as far as my son going to football practice. And he started back in football. They've been practicing the last few weeks. I've also had workout days. He's only missed the one day of practice. And but yeah, I mean, he enjoys football, and you know, he unfortunately has gained more weight, and that's a troubling situation. His weight gain has been just steadily going up and up and up, and I don't know why. I mean, he's had a few weeks of semi-inactive, but I mean, he's been going to working out. He's been going, you know, he's been getting out a lot more. Just a FYI, most of the family's all playing Pokemon Go. Unfortunately, we all got it. And I'm not a Pokemon fan, but I got playing it, and it's been a lot of fun. We've been going on little Poke hunts. We've been driving around, hitting all the Pokestops and hitting some of the gyms. And we actually have quite a few Pokestops near the house. In fact, I might do a video for the new channel playing Pokemon. It's been real popular. It's been like the biggest app of all time, and you know, hopefully more content comes in, more updates. But it's been a lot of fun, and it's gotten a reason to get the kids out of the house. I've been walking around the neighborhood, bicycling a lot more, at least trying to, as much as the weather kind of allows. That's really been most of the issue has been just the weather. And I rode the bike a couple of days, a couple days here in the last few weeks, mostly just to work, and really ain't had much time more than that. It's work and run. I mean, we have just had a really crazy schedule with the daughter in cheerleading, now him in football. The kids go back to school in a couple of weeks. Both of them, I think, are kind of excited to go back to school. I am, but not. It's been nice to be able to sleep most of the day on my days that I'm working. But yeah, like I said, I've been having to run them around, so it's really taking up a lot of my time. I have not got to work at all on the Arma 3 server in the last almost 3 weeks now. I've just, like I said, not had the time. I managed to squeeze in enough time last week, and I'll admit, I way overspent. I finally got tired. I needed a desk. I've been wanting to build a desk. The original plan was to build a desk in the game room, and that desk was actually going to extend so that Austin would be able to, be able to have a desk as well. Ultimately, his computer and stuff's now in his room, and the desk has been back, or my computer's been back in my room. But I've never really liked the tables. The tables that I have never fit really well, and I've really been wanting a custom desk. And so I was like, screw it, I'm gonna do it. We had a little bit of extra money, I was gonna do it. And so I did it. And it was like, I spent at least a solid $250 building that desk, and it was about $150 more than I really was planning on spending. But I say like 50 of that was I ended up having to use some. I was planning on just mounting it on the wall with heavy brackets, and I paid good money for the heavy brackets. But unfortunately, the wood I bought, which was a laminated board, a set of boards that were already pre-sanded, pre-length, and all that. Unfortunately, they were not stiff enough, not strong enough to truly hold the weight. I can move it probably about that much on the farthest ends. So I went and got four legs, and of course I couldn't get the cheap ones. The cheap ones weren't long enough. I had to get the longer ones, so that ended up costing me about $50 right there. And but it's a beautiful reddish color, and I'll show the video that I took of the room as it is right now. And I put the 4K TV back in there. I really liked having the 4K. At first I was like, I didn't really like it. That's why it ended up in the living room, obviously for media content and all that. But the more it was in the living room, the more I was like, man, this thing's just not really being utilized the way it should. We don't have a lot of 4K stuff that we're watching. But I really wanted the 4K for doing video, for doing imaging editing, and I don't give a shit about 4K gaming. Though I will, and I'll talk about gaming here in a minute. I don't really care about 4K gaming, but I wanted the productivity portion of that. If I was truly, worried about 4K gaming, I'd spend big bucks and all that. But speaking of gaming, I haven't got the video card. I haven't got the GTX 1070 yet, and I'm kind of pissed off about that. I had an opportunity. They had them in stock. They finally got some in stock, and I was like, okay, I'll go in. I'll get a credit card. I'll go ahead and buy it now and pay it off here in about a month. And I go in, I fill it out, and I get denied. I'm actually going to call tomorrow on Monday because I haven't received a letter saying why I was denied. But supposedly I was denied, and so I'm very curious to know why. I have good credit. Me and the wife make good money. I literally wanted it just to have, and to kind of buy little bits and pieces here and there. Like I said, I was planning on getting that video card, and then once I paid it off, I was probably going to go and get a new CPU and stuff to upgrade my Nemesis desktop. So, I'd like to get it upgraded so my son can get his system upgraded so he can be a little more on the upper level for gaming for both of us. Because certainly I want to include him on some of the things I want to do on the YouTube channel, which is the SD project. And I know I've been touting it, but yeah, it's just, I really need to mow my grass. Yeah, I kind of really want a real vacation. I'd love to take the family on somewhere nice, and we have some friends in Seattle, and I would love to do a road trip out there, but I just don't know how we'd do it. Honestly, for the kind of money we could do that, we could do Disney World. Honestly, we could do Disney World, or the Bahamas, or but I don't know. And I told her, I said, the only problem is to do that trip and to do what we want, we would have to take like 2 weeks off, and I just don't know where both of us could get away with that work-wise, and then timing it right with the kids and stuff. So I don't know. It's certainly something I'm going to have to deal with. I'll jump back to the motorcycle. Running wise, been running great. I really like the windshield. I still think that was a good purchase. I unfortunately I was filling the tank here about a week or so ago, and I think I'd mentioned that I plasti dipped it. I think I mentioned that in the last vlog. And plasti dip, obviously is a vinyl type spray, and and I was careful. I made sure it stopped. I finished dripping, went like this. Everything stopped. I went to pick it up, and gasoline spilled right down the side of it. and pretty much messed up my plasti dip. So I'm gonna have to peel the plasti dip off. I don't know. I still haven't decided what color that bike's gonna end up. I think I'm highly thinking about doing a two-tone, but it might be a black and orange. I might just do black. I might just go traditional Harley, like 883 iron black, and enjoy that. Oh God, that tells you where my mind is. Jump back to paintball. I'd taken the GoPros. I had the chest GoPro. It kept flipping down, so I didn't get no video. Something happened with my son, so I didn't get no video of that. I've had kind of a line of disasters in the last 3 weeks as far as videos. Like every time I go to shoot, there's been some major issue, and some of it's just been, I think, me not planning and not paying attention, and just trying to do things in a rush. I'm kind of like, let me throw the camera up and try to do a video. Don't do that. Plan it out. Try to really plan it out. And I got something here. I bought the other day. I bought this at Harbor Freight. It's kind of meant for picking up heavy objects. Supposed to hold like 200 pounds. I'm actually going to drill a hole in it and put a 1/4-20 bolt to hang my GoPros off of. And I'm really I've kind of tested it out. I got to do some more tests, but this is looking like this is going to be really awesome way to mount and do some like low shots and things like that. So like I said, I'm in the final steps of trying to get everything sorted. Start doing some car content. I want to do gaming content. I'm already working with my brother to do a game and tech podcast at least once every 2 weeks. But I want to try to start building content. So, like I said, this is going to be my last vlog, and I want to thank anybody that's been watching these. I want to thank anybody that's been commenting on these. Certainly check out my other channel, the SD Project. I won't say that will be the last YouTube channel that I start, but that's the one I'm going to start with. That's the one it's going to be tech, it's going to be gaming, it's going to be cars. So it's going to be those three things in one channel, and it's going to be under that umbrella. So I really want to thank anybody that's been watching. I want to thank you if you're watching this video. I want to thank you very, very much. I won't say that at some point I may return to this channel. And like I said, at times I may post little stuff. I may post little updates, videos of the kids. I'm really jealous of like the DeFranco family, because think about it. Some people make fun of people who vlog like that or vlog daily, but you know what? Especially with the young kid, they literally have video of everything that they've done with him growing up, his first words, his swimming lessons, and all the things that they've done with him is all on video, and they have that to go back on. And it's something I really wish I'd had back when my kids were at that age. So I am kind of jealous, to be honest. And so yeah, it's been great. I have enjoyed doing these vlogs. It's definitely helped me learn how to edit and splice together different video and whatnot. And like I said, I'm going to move into the next phase. So I want to thank everybody who's watched. I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a great life. Hopefully at some point, like I said, I will return to this channel. And so everyone have a great day. Have a great week, and we'll catch you later.